Alright guys, thought I'd just come on real quick, and I don't know how well you can hear me with this wind blowing, but just give a quick update here in central North Carolina, how we are faring with the remnants of Hurricane Zeta. And we've had a lot of wind. My father-in-law called me a little bit ago, said that there's a pine tree that has blown over, but thankfully it did not damage anything. And but it come close to hitting his power line. I don't know how it could have missed it, because I know where it was at. But anyway, thankfully no one was hurt. And we also here where we live, we are on a community well, and it is served by a different power company than serves our house here. I know that don't make sense, but we have Duke Power, and then we have our co-op that we're on here. We're on the co-op, which is Randolph Electric, and but Duke Power controls the power that goes down to the well. And so the last time I checked, I hadn't checked lately, but we don't have water. But thankfully we have a supply of water stored up. So guys, it's always good to be prepared in the event something happens that you don't expect. So hopefully I've got other things that I can do if I need to. But for the short term, we're going to be just fine. But be much in prayer for those that have suffered damage down around the Gulf Coast states. Continue to remember those people in your prayers. So I'm counting myself blessed. We got a mess to clean up, but hey, just look around at this. I got mulch that I can put in my garden next year. All those leaves. I consider that gold. And so we'll get out here and clean that up. That's something I ought to do a video on, is running my walker mower and what it's good for. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do here in a little bit is get my chainsaws out, clean those up, make sure they're in running condition. And they should be okay, because I think I tuned them up or cleaned them up, sharpened them. I think I did that not long ago, but don't hurt to double check. But I will have to do that shortly, or I'm going to need them shortly. But we also, was watching the weather. Probably Monday morning, we will try to see if we can't get some smoke coming out of that flue right there. So we'll try to do a video on that too. So my cabbage is growing, but if it could get some cool weather, man, that stuff would go to town. It loves cool weather. And I think that would help the collards too. All of that right there. I just wished I could get in there and get the grass out. And really all of this right here, I wished I could till it all up to kill that grass, but Jack Frost maybe will take care of it next week. So, but they're talking like the low, I think it's next Monday morning being down to 32. So that's going to be just right for needing a fire going. And it's only supposed to be, I think 49 is the high. So that's maybe a couple of days we can have a fire. But if it gets much above the 50s, it's really overkill for me to try to build a fire, because it's really not worth it. So, but anyway, I'm going to get off. I just thought I'd do a quick update on this. I hope everybody else is safe. I hope you're doing fine. You've not suffered no damage. And we'll get through this. Those skies are really dark. That's looking north. traveling north that way, and you can see a lot of the clouds are coming out of the south. That's where the wind's coming from. I was just sitting on the porch a while ago. We were noticing the trees that are behind these trees are catching the brunt of that wind, and those are not on my property, but one way I'm kind of glad they're there. They work as a good windbreak. I want to show you something else right quick. I'm gonna get off of here. There's a stump over here. Never underestimate the power of wind. This come from, I think, Hurricane Michael. This was probably about 2 or 3 years ago. But that tree on this side over here, all the limbs have been stripped off because, as you can see, the power line runs right here. And it was leaning this way. So I would have thought that was a huge tree. It was at least 60, 70 feet tall. And I would have never thought it would have come back this way, but that wind came from back in there. And folks, the end of that tree landed just to the tip, about 4 feet off of the corner of that deck right up there. So that was the good Lord's hand in that. It tore our power line down. We was out of power a couple of days, but we made it. We didn't mind it a bit. But that's where all that wood that was right here, that's where it came from, is pine. Pine's really not a good wood to use to heat with. But we cut it up, split it, used what we could of it. I just throwed the rest of it away. It's really no good. But anyway, I'm gonna get off, and I hope y'all have a great day. And just stay safe out here, folks. So thank you from Little NC Farmer.